Well, he's going to.
All right, we're going to call the Board of Selectmen meeting to order. This is Wednesday, November 13th at 7 p.m. The first order of business is the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I'm going to veer off our typical process for the evening and do a selectman statement. So if you'll indulge me. Is with mixed emotions that we come before you today. We are the last Board of Selectmen of the town of Clinton, and I am the last first selectman. I want to thank the Clinton community that had faith and confidence in me to run our town over the past 2 years. I wish to thank the town staff and all the departments for their dedicated efforts and which benefit the citizens of Clinton. I would also like to thank the Board of Selectmen, Jack Sherburn, Tim Guerra, Carol Walter, Phil Single, and our recording clerk, Mary Scatino, Executive Assistant, who has worked tirelessly to move Clinton forward. I'm so very proud of the tremendous work we've accomplished during my tenure, and I feel Clinton has turned a corner both economically and civically. We know there's much more work to be done, though. As we shift to a town council form of government November 19th, 2019, the responsibilities shift to new leadership. I'm confident that our town can and will prosper if we remember to seek the truth, support one another, and work towards a common goal of creating and maintaining this gem of a shoreline. We as a board have been able to rise above party line to bring about much needed changes within our borders. It's vital that we continue this progress. Businesses are seeking our town because of this positive momentum. Let's keep it going. I implore the members of the town council to remember that when they or we step into a town position, we represent the entire community. We make choices that lay the groundwork for the future of Clinton. We need to develop a Clinton that will keep its citizens, generation after generation, welcome and new families in its fold. We are capable of staying true to our historical roots while building our town economy. We cannot fall prey to negative or finger-pointing the past. We must all work together. Elections, budgets, town structure, decisions reveal a great deal about our community, and at times it shows off the worst. Comments and criticism, negativity can come from all directions. I choose to see this as passion for our town and its future. We are lucky to have so many who seek to lead and support Clinton as we move into this new stage. We are all very passionate about our town, but let's not forget that we are servants and leaders. And let us be guided by the citizens of our community. I choose to listen and keep an open mind. In this way, I hope our council will properly reflect the town we love so much. I'm looking forward to seeing our town manager take the lead and help us envision the development of Indian River Landing and so much more. I'm eager to see the grants move forward that will provide much needed infrastructure, and I hope that we will see more businesses drawn to the Route 1 and Route 81 corridor. I'm optimistic that our citizens will continue to support our town and education budgets so that we can provide services to all of our citizens. There's so much our town has to offer, and I'm grateful to have the chance to serve as first selectman over the last 2 years. I look forward to continuing the service as town council over the next 4 years and seeing this positive impetus continue. I ask our citizens to support those who are assuming leadership roles, seek them out, offer input, and remember that every member of this community contributes to its success. Let us vow to move Clinton forward together, united in being a part of a future of success. Thank you. We're on to visitors. Does anybody in visitors like to speak?
My name? Can you do my name?
If you don't mind, just so we can just state your name for the record.
Okay.
Yes.
Darlene Mazzetti, 7 Twin Oaks. I came down because I wanted to personally thank Jack Sherburn for the years that you've given to the town as a strong leader on the Board of Finance and for the years you've committed to the town of Clinton. And I'm sorry things didn't work out, but you will be missed, Jack.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nice, thank you.
Anybody else from visitors like to speak? All right, we have the approval of minutes from November 6th.
So moved.
Second.
All right, discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
The next is the all those in favor?
Aye.
I'm sorry. Resignations and appointments.
Okay.
We have resignation of Michael Hughes, Planning and Zoning Commission. We'll just do it in one. Chris Aniskovich, Board of Assessment Appeals, and Drew Richards from the Planning and Zoning Commission, effective November 15th, 2019.
I'll make a motion to accept those 3 resignations.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Next is Town Hall Flat Roof Repair Bid Award. Without objection, I would like to welcome our Public Works Director, Todd Hajek. Everybody has the information. So upon review of the bids and reference checks, the recommendation is to approve Elite Roofing and Restoration of Middlefield, Connecticut, in the amount of $38,200 for the town flat roof repairs that are due to the weather issues that took place, and we need to get this done as soon as possible. Does anybody have any questions?
I have a question. The cost difference runs from $38,000 up to $64,000. Another one is $54,000. That's quite a discrepancy between the low bid and even the middle to high bid. Do you feel comfortable that this company can do the job for that
Yep.
cost?
Absolutely. The company that we dealt with that helped us design it, to do the roof company, works with them. They said they're fine. Bill checked their references. All their references came back perfect.
Good.
So,
Okay.
Any other questions? No.
I'll make a motion that we accept the bid from Elite Roofing and Restoration in the amount of $38,200 for the Town Hall flat roof repair.
I'll second it.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Alrighty, next on the agenda is the town manager. That would be Phil. I don't know if,
Well, I can make
We
a
can-
report. Last night, we had a meeting with the new town council and the committee that was assigned to the town manager, and we all came to an agreement as to the 5 best candidates for the position. Those candidates will be contacted here within the next few days by our consultant, and making sure, one, that they're still in the running, because you have to remember that just about all of these candidates are seeking positions elsewhere, and some are farther along than with our program. So at any day, we could find out that somebody's taken a job. So we're going to find out within the next week that they're all still available for the position. And if that's the case, then on December 2nd and 3rd, those 5 candidates will be coming to Clinton. They will be interviewed by the search committee. They will be interviewed by the new town council, and the public will also have an opportunity to meet them. So everybody in this community will have input into this process. So at this point, I think that gives you really the most current, up-to-date status of the search. We also have a couple of 2 other candidates that, should somebody from the top 5 beg out of the process for whatever reason, we can pull one of the 2 alternates up and still have 5 candidates to interview for the position. The interviews will be the last interviews. These candidates will have an opportunity. They're going to have a chance to go on a tour of the town. Hopefully, in their search, they know something about Clinton. Certainly, that would be a question I would ask of them. How much do you know about our town? And make sure that they have done their research, their homework. I'm sure they have. I would hope they would. But at this point, we're well into the process, and come first week of December, it's very likely that the new town council could make a decision as to who they would like to see as the town manager.
Can I ask one question? Will they be here by December 1st, Christmas in Clinton, or?
Yes, they're scheduled to fly in on December 1st, and they've all been notified already, I believe, that there is the Clinton night, we'll call it, and they've been informed,
Very good.
so that they hopefully will participate in Christmas at Clinton.
Which is almost Thanksgiving in Clinton, but it's okay.
All right, we're on to Selectmen reports. Tim, do you have anything else to add?
The only thing I'd like to say is kind of say what you've said. Obviously, the last 2 years for me have been personally a time of great growth. I know that we've had our ups and downs sometimes on this council, but I think overall, if you take a look at the last 2 years, I believe this council really has looked after the best interests of Clinton. I don't think there has been anything that was personally gained by any of us in our decision-making. I think all of our decisions have been in the best interests of Clinton. You can just take a look at the $700,000 that was that Christine created for the town in savings as a result of the bond refinancing our debt. You can take a look at the old Morgan School. I would hope as soon as the first of the year or thereafter, we can begin to see the actual demolition of the building and beginning the new construction for that area. We obviously have been able to sell the Unilever property. So, and there's a lot of peripheral things that happen, streets, clean streets, green streets, whatever you want to call it.
Complete streets, yes.
What's that?
Oh, complete streets, yeah.
Complete streets. I mean, there's a lot of other things, not quite as major, but still, I feel proud of the accomplishments that we have made. And I too, along with Christine, now that I'll be on the town council, look forward to moving the town even further in a positive direction.
Okay, I'm very glad that I had this opportunity. I enjoyed serving with all of you, and I wish the new town council the very best. That's it.
I, for one, am delighted the election season is over again for at least 2 years. And I was surprised and by the outcome of the election, but I am very pleased with the group that has been approved to go forward with the town council. Last night was the first time we actually worked on a topic together just because of the timing of having to get the town manager search moved along. And it seemed like everybody was all on the same page, had the same thoughts and concerns with the individuals that we discussed, and it was nice to hear that there was a cohesive movement forward, and we all not everybody got who they wanted in the final selection process, but everybody was happy with the outcome at the end. So that's very encouraging moving forward. You can see distinct personalities, and I think it'll be very interesting going forward. It has been a pleasure and an experience being on the board for the last 2 years. I mean, I've been on the Board of Selectmen for 10 years now. I'm going for Dolly's record, which I think was 14, right? 14 years, you'll never get that. But
Don't
I've
regret 1 minute of it.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's all growth and it's all learning and it's all working for, I mean, your heart tells you to make Clinton a better place, and that's where I come from every single time I sit down here. And I know we all do. Nobody would be sitting here if we didn't feel the same way. So I think the projects that have been started in these last 2 years, I think they have a very strong support beneath them, and that we're dealing with good individuals. And I see wonderful things coming down the road. And there's still a lot of work to be done, but I think we have the potential to continue doing great things. And thank you for the opportunity to continue for another few years. I appreciate that.
And just to finish out the reports, I do have a meeting tomorrow with DOT. It's a preliminary meeting to discuss the development for the Morgan School, the old Morgan, with the developers and the traffic division, to make sure that they're comfortable with both the Route 81 corridor study results, which they funded, and the plans that are in place, so that the developers don't have to go back and rework the project later on, and that will allow them to get to planning and zoning much quicker as well. We also just got great news from the Department of Economic and Community Development that the payments have been made back to the town for the wastewater capacity study that we did, which allowed us to move the Unilever project along. So that, I think, was pivotal in Unilever developer making a decision to purchase the property, having the answers to what the capacity was on that site. And DECD was thrilled that such a small amount of funding that they provided was able to get such a big bang for their buck in terms of a development of this magnitude coming down the pike. So that's good news as well. That's it for me.
Can I say one last thing? I just want to say a big thank you to the tiller, the hand on the tiller that keeps everything moving along and smoothly. And I don't know where we'd be without Mary. I mean, honestly, the constant in all our lives is Mary, and we can never thank you enough for riding through every regime, every change, everything. Honestly, I just can't thank you enough, Mary. Thank you.
All right. Without anything else, I'd be asking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor? Thank you.